What's up dudes, McCann here and welcome to another FIFA 21 video. It's currently 20 past 6 on Saturday evening. Now I know I usually bring out my video on a Sunday that kind of just covers Saturday, Sunday content. The reason for that is because there is usually very little content, but they seem to have dropped quite a wee bit tonight. Not a massive amount, but some stuff definitely worth talking about. We do have a new player moments SBC. We have a what if challenge as well in the SBC section, and we actually have my matches that have been dropped in terms of their Champions League and Europa League games that have been obviously been played through the week and stuff. So we have some new cards to look at as well. So obviously I'm already in. I'm already in Ultimate Team, as you can see. I have just kind of been grafting away while I've been watching the Leeds United and Aston Villa game. Just can kind of firing away at Caputo here. I've nearly actually finished them. I just need to win 2 games in my next 2 games, and then I basically will have Caputo. As I said yesterday in last night's content video, guys, he's so easy to get. It's genuinely took me maybe an hour and a half just sitting here playing games while watching the football. Basically, I know it's not for everybody, but that is definitely something that I'm looking. Obviously, something that I've been actually completing, as I said. In terms of champs, the way we are sitting right now, guys, is just to double check with everybody. In terms of champs, we're on 11 wins, and if you look at the schedule, we should have 18 games left, so we're 11 for 1 in champs now. I was gonna stream later on this evening. I'm still considering coming on to stream later on this evening to finish off or to chip away at my champs games. If not, it will be tomorrow, but that is obviously another story for a different day. But in terms of objectives, guys, we don't actually have anything new, which isn't really a surprise. We obviously have the Caputo to work away at. We have the Bernadetto as well. Milestones, again, just a section that I'm just going to stop checking, to be honest. But as I said, we do have a new player SBC, and then before we look at the man of the match team, well, the man of the match players that have been released, we can have a wee look at the SBCs. So obviously, as a Thomas Muller, earn a player moments Thomas Muller, celebrating his 123rd minute goal in the 13-14 DFB Cup final against Borussia Dortmund. 26 days on this card. To get the Thomas Muller is an FC Bayern player, minimum team overall rating of 84 and team chemistry 70, and then an 86 rated with 55 chemistry and minimum Bundesliga player 1. For a rare mixed players pack, a prime electron players pack. My thoughts straight up on this are it's just far too expensive. Again, very much like the Rafinha card. I've seriously been considering today though to maybe just complete this Rafinha. He is an 83, an 85 and an 86 I believe. So he is coming in at roughly about 400k. Thomas Muller is probably coming in about roughly about 300k. So 2 very pricey SBCs there indeed. And then obviously if you look at what we have in terms of Tony Kroos as well, he is another very expensive SBC. So the last 3 SBCs in my opinion, player SBCs in my opinion, have actually been very expensive. I don't know why that is or why they're doing that at all, but we will have a look at Thomas Muller on FutBin. We will check if he's obviously got a skill move or weak foot upgrade, which we're hoping for, and then we'll look at a wee bit more detail, as I said, and we will have a look. In fact, I'll show you right now the man of the match team that we do have. So this is the man of the match players that we have. So obviously have a 91 left wing Mbappe, Erling Haaland as well. We can look at in comparison to the versions that we already have. Gerard Monero from Villarreal, Dele Alli, Olivier Giroud, which is nice to see. Orsic as well. I remember he had a headliner card last year and he was absolutely brilliant. Marega from Porto, Kabak from Liverpool, Morelos from Rangers, Fasnac from Young Boys, Lindy from, I believe that's Rosenborg, and then Ba from Slavia Prague. So that is what have basically been released tonight. I was actually expecting a Ferland Mendy from Real Madrid, so that kind of begs the question: is Ferland Mendy going to be getting into the team 2 of the what if? That would be very interesting. Obviously, his 83 card is a well-used card in this game. That is still a card that gets used to this day, obviously with a strong link to Varane. But he obviously did score Real Madrid's winner against Atalanta, so I'm surprised he isn't actually in that, which then, as I said, to me suggests that he will be in Team 2 come Friday of the What If promo. So That is definitely something to keep an eye on. In terms of Thomas Muller, I will load him up right now. Open link in new tab. So we'll have a look at him. Obviously, have a look at Mbappe, Haaland, Kabak, Giroud. Obviously, we'll compare them to different versions and stuff as well. And that's basically all I'm really going to look at, guys. There's no very many, obviously, usable cards in this kind of section. We'll maybe have a wee look at Dele Alli as well. Where are you, Dele? We'll look at Dele Alli as well. But other than that, I mean, you look at this. There's that wee Orsic card. We'll grab him too, actually. Right, so we'll have a look at that Orsic card. So we'll look at the team first, and then we'll look at Thomas Muller in the end, guys. So obviously, Kylian Mbappe is coming in at 3.8, 3.9 million there. I mean, obviously, we know why. 5-star, 3-star. I have his base card, and for me, he's brilliant in champs. So this is much like his record breakers card. This would probably actually settle. In terms of his record breakers, though, he has 2 less shooting, 1 more pace, which is interesting. Same dribbling, and then 1 more passing. So obviously, I use a finisher on my Mbappe, and he's an absolute beast. There isn't really much to say about this Mbappe. Again, if you back him, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's another card, another version of Mbappe that can be packed. It's quite interesting that he doesn't actually have any Team of the Weeks this year, so this is probably why the inclusion of that. Obviously, the fact that he scored a hat-trick against Barca as well. So this probably would be what his first in form would probably look like. So just kind of gives you an idea of what you could expect for his second in form, really, or for his actual first in form. So obviously, Erling Haaland has had a lot of versions this year. It does have that headliners card. Now, I'm not actually sure if this headliners card does go up because of this man of the match card. I'm not too sure about that. Headliners have got funny ways of working. But obviously, has his 86, his first in form, 87 second in form. He had his team of the group stage. He's got his headliners card. He's got his player of the month card, and then obviously we have this 89 man of the match card for through the week as well in the Champions League. So not too bad. Hunter Kemp style in my opinion is absolutely banging. Finisher in my opinion, again, absolutely banging. Probably would give him an engine just to get that agility balance up, get that pace up as well. It's not a bad card. He's coming in at 927k. Again, I would personally sell him. I don't think he's meta in this game. Low balance, low agility, low dribbling. Just doesn't really fit the bill. I don't think he will actually become a decent player until he's maybe into 92, 93 rated. But that's just my opinion. In terms of Ozan Kabak, again, you're going to need to put a shadow on this guy. He makes him an 88 centre back, but he is only coming in at 20k, and we can see why, so not much to say there. Olivier Giroud, again, coming in at just under 30k. Obviously, it is because of his pace. His pace is absolutely horrendous. 3-star, 3-star. But Giroud's Giroud. I love Giroud as a player. I think he's brilliant. I think he's one of the most underrated strikers there ever has been, in my opinion, for what he done for Arsenal. Obviously, being the striker in the World Cup team for France. And then obviously he just seems to pop up with these spectacular goals. Obviously he's got a overhead kick for Atletico Madrid. Against Atletico Madrid. It just seems to be. He just seems to have this moment of magic in his locker, basically. And I just like Giroud as a striker, but he's definitely not usable in FIFA. That is for sure. Dele Alli coming out just under 100k. Again, you're going to need to put maybe a Hunter Kemp style on this guy, maybe even an engine Kemp style to get that pace up. But it's actually not too bad a card. 4-star, 3-star. Again, nothing seriously outrageously usable here. But again, for Spurs fans, for people who are from England or whatever you may be, or even just Dele Alli fans, it's not a bad card to get a hold of. Mislav Orsic, as I said, last year he did have a headliners card, this guy here, and he also had a team of the season card. And he was an absolute beast. Everybody seemed to just bring him on as a sub because of the absolute cracked pace. With a Deadeye, he is definitely usable as a cam, left cam, right cam, whatever it may be. Nice agility balance. A wee bit low in ball control, which might suggest that you actually need the finisher. Also might suggest that the engine could be good. Doesn't actually catch ball control, to be fair. Is it the artist or the maestro that catches ball control? It's the Guardian that catches ball control, so maybe you even need a Guardian. Again, I would probably just go for probably a marksman, to be honest. A marksman definitely works, but a Deadeye is always very good for wingers playing central cam, so that is not too bad. So obviously we have the player moments card from tonight. I can see straight off the bat that it does actually have a weak foot upgrade. So it's a skill move upgrade. He usually has 3-star, 4-star. In this case, he's 4-star, 4-star. He's coming in at 266k, guys. In my opinion, I mean, Thomas Muller for me is one of the best players that Bayern Munich have basically ever had. He's been there for absolute years. And I just feel like that players like Thomas Muller, like Olivier Giroud, I can't really think any more off the top of my head. But you look at these kind of players, these are the kind of players that in real life they produce in the park. But then when it comes to FIFA, we don't actually get a good chance to use them because our cards aren't meta enough, basically. It's the same kind of idea for me with Thomas Muller. I'm probably going to give this SBC a wee swerve due to the fact that there's just too many stats here that just don't really. There's just too much wrong with the card. Basically, what I'm trying to say. Stamina's nice, strength's nice, aggression's no bad. Jumping's a wee bit meh. Heading axe is obviously not too bad. Agility balance a wee bit low for this stage of the game, but you look at it in comparison to his base card. He's had a 13 and a 14 agility balance boost. Do you know what I mean? He's had an 11 composure boost. He's had a 17 for acceleration and sprint speed. He's had a massive boost, and we respect that. With a hunter chem style, he works as a striker. He's a 93 striker. I can't take that away from him. But he's just no meta in the game. Even with a finisher chem style, he works out to be a 93 striker as well. Nice agility balance, nice dribbling, nice shooting stats. The pace just lets him down. Maybe an engine chem style and playing him at a cam. Definitely works there as well. I mean, I know obviously he gets good links. You look at the actual links he can actually get. Feel like obviously it's perfect linking Kimmich, strong linking Lewandowski, perfect linking Gnabry, Boateng as well, perfect linking him. There's just loads of Bayern Munich / Bundesliga players that in the game this year that have had a lot of good cards. You can kind of see with the up and downs here that it's like obviously 2,000 people say aye and 500 people say no. So it's a wee bit 4-1 kind of split, 3-1 kind of split. It's a wee bit weird. As I said, there is just a wee bit too much wrong with this card. He's a wee bit too slow. Agility balance a wee bit too low, but that's Thomas Muller isn't meta in this game either. So I'm not really sure how I will play. It might be a card that I would maybe need to see some player reviews for some content creators and stuff and see what their opinion is on the card. He is a nice card with a 4-star with a skill move upgrade. Medium high work rates as well. Let me check his traits. Leadership outside the foot shot and solid player trait. Way the marksman is a nice card. Engine he makes him a nice card. Finisher is a nice card. Deadeye is a 94 cam which makes him a nice card as well. I just feel like because his base card is no use in this game, that this card might be the same. It just doesn't fit meta in my opinion, and I know meta isn't really the be all and end all. Like me personally, I don't really play to meta. I know I say that, and I've got like an Mbappe and a Neymar in my team, fair enough. But I like to experiment with my team. I like to bring in players that you don't usually see a lot in the game. So you would never see me start with Mendy and Varane at the back. Like, it's just, I would maybe play Varane, but I wouldn't play Mendy and Varane, Van Dijk and Semedo, or Van Dijk and Walker with Alisson and goals, or whatever it may be. It's just too basic for me. I like to experiment with teams. And again, then because I've got that opinion with this game, this might actually draw me to actually complete Muller. Again, it just kind of depends on what fodder I've got as well. Obviously, it does soft link to that Toni Kroos card as well. So that's another thing you can look at. It soft links to Gundogan as well, the Player of the Month card, which has surely got to get an upgrade when the winter refreshes come in. So there is a few positives about this card, but the price is something that definitely puts me off. At an 84 and an 86 rated squad, just a wee bit too high in my opinion. But again, I know people will complete it. Obviously, people from Germany, people who support Bayern Munich, or even people just like Thomas Muller as a player. I love Thomas Muller as a player. I genuinely think he's, again, one of the most underrated players in the world for what he's done for Bayern Munich and how important he is for them. So it's kind of good that we actually have a card in here that we can use in terms of Thomas Muller. I mean, he is usable. He will definitely be usable. But will he be usable like when you're like maybe gold 2, heading for gold 1 in champs, or maybe even try to get to elite? I don't think so, guys. In terms of, and regarding the price, 266k, this card would need to be maybe a 91 or a 92, maybe even a 93 rated card for it to be even remotely worth it. If they were keeping the card the same, the price should be maybe just an 85 rated squad coming in at 150k or 160k. That is what my opinion is on it, guys. I just feel like the price is too much for that card, or the card needs a bigger boost for that price, basically. So, that is how I view it. That is how I feel about it. that is exactly what the content is for the night, guys. As I said, I usually bring a content video on the Sunday, which usually covers my 2 Saturday and Sunday content drops. But as I said, I don't actually know who that guy is, but apologies, guys. As I said, troops, it is very, very difficult to see Thomas Muller actually making it into any teams. But that is the content for the night, guys. If you are enjoying the videos, leave a like in the video, please. Much obliged for that. If you've not already subscribed, hit the subscription button. It's very much appreciated as well. And as I said, hopefully I can bring you another video tomorrow night with some more content. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Cheers out. Cheers.